Well, good Monday evening to you. First Alert meteorologist David Ernst here with a weather update. If you're watching this on Facebook or trying to watch this on Facebook, I'm not quite sure if we've got everything synced up properly. I'm not seeing the video display on my end, but we should have this streaming into our YouTube channel as well as on our website at WBAY.com. Let me go ahead and pop the desk enable on too. We'll go ahead and override the local news live stream on our website as well. So multiple ways to get the coverage. Of course, I am WBAY meteorologist David Ernst. You can find me on Facebook at David Ernst, WBAY meteorologist. Again, we may be having some issues with the Facebook stream tonight, but typically it goes off without a hitch. And you can always find me on Facebook, ask questions. I will go back through and check my messages later on this evening. You're looking at relatively current imagery on First Alert Viper Max, although nothing today is necessarily live when it comes to radar. That's always something to keep in mind when we're doing storm coverage, as there is a little bit of a delay from when we get it to when you see it and when the Weather Service can transmit it to us. But this is a near real-time depiction here on our radar system of where the steady rain showers are. And that's all it is at this point in the local area. We had some heavier rainfall around Green Bay and the Fox Valley for a time earlier. Still some moderate showers sitting out over the bay itself, and those will be moving back on around Sturgeon Bay and into western parts of Door County here with time. And a little bit farther to the south, that is where the strongest of the storm activity has been and remains ongoing across parts of Columbia, Dodge County. We did have some severe thunderstorm warnings out of these storms as they were tracking to the southwest of Milwaukee. In fact, I believe I caught a tornado warning out on one of those earlier on this evening. But fortunately, around northeastern Wisconsin, we have been spared the brunt of any stronger storm activity. We did have a few stronger storms earlier in the evening, but those have since pushed away from the area. So we'll continue to monitor the potential for some heavier rainfall, especially Fond du Lac and Sheboygan areas. It looks like that storm activity we were just seeing may subtly be drifting to the north. It's mostly moving due west to east, but maybe there's just a slight northward component to it. So this will be clearing out of the area. We then look at a very warm day shaping up tomorrow. Let me go ahead and just change it up here. We'll pop over to a different camera. Tomorrow is going to probably be the most summer-like afternoon we have had so far in 2024. We'll be looking at temperatures pushing into the 80s away from Lake Michigan, as well as the possibility for that dew point getting into the 70s. We did have some low 70-degree dew points west of the Fox Valley today. In fact, we'll check those numbers here in just a second. Let me go ahead and call that back up on my map, in fact. And we'll go ahead and take a closer look and see what the dew point temperature is at present. And not too bad in Green Bay, sitting at 63, still some mid-60s and upper 60s, Fox Cities and westward. Remember, with that dew point temperature, the higher that number gets, the muggier it is. And when that dew point is holding in the upper 60s, lower 70s, you will definitely notice it. So tomorrow will be something of a sticky day. And as I mentioned, one of the warmer days we have had so far this year. Let me find my high temperature forecast for tomorrow. Now, you typically don't start to see much of a heat index factor when you're in the low to mid 80s, so maybe it feels like 85 or something like that, but still a warm afternoon to say the least, with temperatures well into the 80s. That humidity will be up, and that will set the stage then for some stronger storms possible. So we will be going with a First Alert weather day for tomorrow. Now, I have not had a chance to see the latest model runs come through, so this is going to be me watching this for the first time, just like you. This run of Predictor does show a little bit of lingering shower activity tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I don't think we see really anything early on. I think we're dry to start the day, and that's what you do see play out here on Predictor. Now, as we get into the afternoon, and this run has changed from the last one, it shows a few storms popping up a little bit later on. It's late afternoon, evening that I would be watching for some isolated storms to flare up, just like what you saw. You notice it's not widespread at all. There are plenty of us that get skipped. You just see a little bit Fond du Lac to Oshkosh, and there between Wapak and Shawn around the Clintonville area. The placement may not line up exactly with what Predictor shows here, but just you want to take note of the overall trend. That it would be very isolated for anything we would see late in the day. Some of these storms perhaps on the stronger side, and then what we're going to be watching for will be a more widespread round of rain coming through, and you can see that start to materialize there to our west after midnight. and then continuing, here we are at 4 o'clock in the morning, and let me go ahead and move my timeline over. And so you'll see as we get into Wednesday morning, pre-dawn time frame, and just after, we still have some lingering rain showers in the area. So that's what we're watching for, is going to be, number one, a round of very isolated storms flaring up by the evening hours tomorrow. Some of those could be strong to severe, but again, we're not talking about too many storms overall. So the threat for severe weather, we'll keep it between low and moderate. And then overnight, that line moves through. The energy should be waning somewhat given the nighttime timing of this, coming in during the early morning hours as opposed to during the peak heat of the day. But the atmosphere will still be rather conducive to heavy rainfall. We have very high humidity in place, so I'm thinking it's more of a heavy rain event than anything else tomorrow night and into Wednesday morning. So that's what we'll be watching for tomorrow. And again, temperatures are going to stay warm as we go through the day. And even tonight, our current readings are still upper 60s to lower 70s. So we're only going to see lows dropping into the 60s tonight. So it's going to be a very warm night, and we'll be watching for some strong storms again tomorrow. Not a guarantee that you see severe weather. In fact, I would say it's more likely that if we have a warning, it would just be one or none tomorrow, but we're going with the first alert weather day out of an abundance of caution. Just keep an eye to the sky tomorrow evening and then watch for that heavy rain threat coming in late. So with that, we'll go ahead and I'll leave you with the 7-day forecast. And of course, we've got Action 2 News coming up here later on tonight. So you'll have that in another 45 minutes or so. Hopefully we'll see you there. Quick look at the extended forecast. Let me get it pulled up. And you will see that tomorrow is our warmest day of the week. We're looking at temperatures into the 80s on Wednesday. We will start out with some morning rain showers. As you saw, those will clear out by midday, and then we likely see a round of afternoon, evening showers push through the area. We will then see cooler conditions, less humidity for the rest of the week, maybe some scattered showers on Thursday. With any luck, Friday through Sunday ends up dry with seasonal temperatures low to mid 70s, and then watching for another chance for some rain showers on Monday. So we got Action 2 News coming up at 10 o'clock. Hope to see you then.